Dawn French is joining us now. She's back on telly, hurrah, tonight in a new comedy drama, The Trouble with Maggie Cole.
But it's certainly true that everybody knows everybody else, or at least knows someone who does. You can't keep a secret here.
And it didn't take too long.
That's from two bits of the interview.
Gosh,
It's fascinating, isn't it, how they put it?
Obviously, I'm not really one for gossip, but some of what goes on around here would put the soaps to shame.
That's from a different part too.
And with that, she began to regale me with various tales from the Filbury rumour mill.
I did what?
Ooh, and then it all starts to unravel. Joining me live from gorgeous Cornwall, it's Dawn French. Oh, you're in a glorious part of the world. I can see
morning,
it's
Lorraine.
Good morning. I can see it's raining behind you, but it'll be sunny in a minute.
Yes, we have every season in 10 minutes in Cornwall, and we're having a storm at the moment, but it'll be over soon.
It will pass. It will pass. Now, look, this was really your idea. Yeah. This whole thing was your idea. It was going to be a book, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I wanted to write it as a book because it's such a good idea to be able to get into other people's lives. You know, here's a woman who makes an excruciating mistake. And it is a mistake. I mean, I know that we all gossip, we all elaborate, we all enjoy embellishing stories. And that's what she's doing. But a young journalist is sort of flattering her and plying her with gin and tonics, which doesn't help. And she gets a bit giddy, really, and she's a bit loose-lipped. And, of course, she doesn't expect any of that to be broadcast. She thinks he will edit it and make it about the boring stuff they're there for. But, of course, that is the programme. So the whole life of this town explodes. And she then has to go and apologise. And that's why I wanted to write it as a novel, because I knew it was a good idea to be able to get into the lives of all the people that she's talked about. Some of the gossip that she's done is only the tip of the iceberg. Some of it is not at all true and ruins people's lives. And sometimes she is actually able to help. And it's about trying to have forgiveness for the mistakes that you've made.
Yeah, and she is kind of infuriating. I've been lucky enough to see the first 2 episodes. She's infuriating, but at the same time, this woman has got a big heart. She didn't mean to say these things. She really didn't mean to upset, to hurt people. And now she's got to mend fences and build bridges, and that's always difficult.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I guess it's about atonement, really. And, you know, this is a woman who's a bit needy and she's feeling a little bit invisible. She doesn't know if anybody cares enough about her. She runs the souvenir shop in the local castle, but refers to herself as a historian. You know, that kind of person who needs to have status desperately. And so, you know, when she gets the chance to talk, she talks, and that's a big mistake.
Does. Now, playing her best friend, and it all goes, as we know, it sort of all unravels, is Julie Hesmondhalgh, who, of course, we know from Corrie. And I would imagine that you two in real true life would go on like a house on fire. You are kindred spirits, I think. Yeah. Well,
she was my A choice to play my best friend. I was so delighted when she said yes, because I absolutely knew that I would love her, and I do. I mean, I've made a friend for life there. She's hilarious, she's warm, she's the most brilliant actress, as we all know. And, you know, I didn't know if she had the kind of comedy chops for this, but she absolutely does, without a shadow of a doubt. So what a great person. And we follow Corrie tonight. Yeah, so, you know, it's her old stomping ground and her new stomping ground.
I know, that's really interesting. You're absolutely right. And she is amazing, and it's lovely to see her doing something and working with you. And you're right. What a great thing about your job, that you meet people, click with them, and then you've got another pal. Because it's hard. It's quite hard to make pals.
Well, and you get the chance.
Yeah.
I agree. And you get the chance to cast people that you really love. I mean, Mark Heap is someone... I have worked with him before, actually, in Lark Rise to Candleford years ago. But we didn't have many scenes together. But I'm such a fan. And Vicky Pepperdine and Patrick Robinson. And, you know, it goes on and on with this show. That's the great thing about making a show with an old chum like Sophie Clark-Jervis, who made the show. She's the producer of it. And she's been my friend for 40 years. So, of course, we're going to sit down and come up with a group of people that we want to spend the summer with.
Well, exactly. And it was only down the road. That's the brilliant thing about it. Now, look, your other pal, you and Jennifer, we're going to see you together because I know that you've been acting with Kenneth Branagh and his moustache.
We have.
Poirot. That is a splendid moustache, isn't it? It's got a life of its own, really.
It is, it is. Although, you know, I found out a few things about that moustache when we did this, because I think his version of the moustache is actually the more correct one, according to Agatha Christie, who points out that, I think I've got this right, that it's a three-pointed moustache, and that's what he's got.
It is a splendid thing. And
yeah,
I think
what a great director.
Really good to work with. Oh, that's fantastic. I'll look forward to seeing that, because I loved the one they did. They did the Orient Express, and I'm looking forward to seeing this one again. And then you and Jennifer working together as well. You know, you've got that amazing shorthand. We've been running clips all morning, and just... Oh, Dawn, it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious. They should just rerun them all the time, especially now. Right, this is the antidote to the coronavirus. Just get a channel devoted to Dawn, you know, to French and Saunders, to you and Jennifer, and there we are. And that would be good. We'd like that. I think that would work very well. That
sounds like hard work, Lorraine.
No, I would love it. I would just sit there watching it all day. Now, look, still time for writing. I know this was going to be a book, but I'm so glad it went on to a TV series. But you still got time to write, because, you know, that's your other love and passion.
Yes. It is, and that's what I'm doing right now. I've got another month on this novel that I'm writing at the moment, my fourth novel, and that will be out later this year. So I came away from it to make this show, the Maggie Cole show, and then I went back to it, then I came away from it again to go and do Death on the Nile, and then I went back to it, and I'm not doing anything else until this book is done. I mean, you will know, Lorraine, when you're writing a book, you need to concentrate.
You do.
And I find that when I go away and do other things, much as it's good fun, you know, I lose the concentration, so it's better to stick at it. But I do love writing.
Oh, no, absolutely. And as far as Maggie goes, I mean, you can't really compare it to Doc Martin. I think people are doing that because of the location and the sort of tone of it.
Yes.
But Maggie is the kind of character I would like, you know, I know we've got this series, but depending on what happens, do you see it as something that could run and run?
Well, I certainly do. And I think the reason that the title is The Trouble with Maggie Cole is that wherever she goes, there's going to be a bit of trouble. And she's just like all of us, and we'll get into the kind of trouble any of us could. But we've already got an idea mapped out for the second series, if people like the first series. Well, so we'll have to wait and see.
I'm sure they will. I'm absolutely sure they will. And, of course, you could, because it was on your doorstep, you were able to kind of, like, you know, encourage people and show people all the beautiful, beautiful countryside that you've got there. You've got all this local knowledge.
Absolutely.
And I guess you could educate them as well.
Well, you know... sorry, Lorraine.
No,
I was going to say, well, you know, you have to shoot something somewhere.
Yes.
And why not shoot it in the most beautiful county in the country?
It makes sense.
And we did go into Devon a little bit as well.
Of course, that's allowed. And you did tell them that it's jam first and then cream. Is that right, as far as the scone goes?
Well, the fact is, some people say it's the Devon way and the Cornwall way, right? The Devon way being cream first, the Cornwall way being jam first. But I say it's the right way, which is jam first, and the wrong way, and this is the right way.
Gotcha. I understand. Oh, look, we've got some made in the wrong way. I'm sorry, but they still taste good. It still tastes good. Dawn, it's a joy.
No.
Thank you.
No, Lorraine, don't eat that.
I'll put it down.
Don't eat that, Lorraine. That is the way of the devil.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.